welcome to this session by Wisdom Mitra. Wisdom Mitra is a startup that has been started by alumni of IIMs and NITs with an intention of creating study material that is holistic and end to end. Let us dive into this year's Nobel Prize. So, Prize 2025 has been recently announced, and every year it's announced in October, usually, right? And as usual, this has been announced this year. And what we are going to do today is to understand who has been awarded this prize and for what, under each category of medicine, chemistry, physics, literature, peace, and economics. So these are the six categories under which Nobel Prize is awarded. Let us go first and understand who all have been awarded prize in medicine. So the names of the individuals who have been awarded Nobel Prize in Medicine is Mary Branco, Fred Ramsdell, Shimon Sakaguchi. Mary is currently working with the Institute of Systems Biology USA, and Fred is working with Sonoma Biotherapeutics. Shimon is currently working with Osaka University, Japan. So these three individuals have been awarded Nobel Prize in Medicine for what? For explaining how our immune system doesn't destroy our body, in the sense that immune system is supposed to fight bacteria. Then why it doesn't harm our own body cells? How does it differentiate between the body cells that are foreign and internal? So this difference has been identified via something called as T cells by these three individuals. So these three individuals, they shared the Nobel Prize in medicine this year, and they kind of have some sort of sensors that scan other cells to discover whether the body is under attack by some foreign particles, foreign bacteria, or are these internal cells. So these are, the discovery that can help us understand the immune system a bit better, and this would help a lot in terms of, say, cancer treatment. So probably now the immune system can approach the tumor cells by making changes in these T cells. The immune system can be made to get diverted towards cancer cell and attack the cancer cells. So that kind of might unlock a lot of value for those who are suffering. Right. So because of this maximum impact, these three individuals, Mary Branko, Fred Ramsdell, and Shimon Sakaguchi, have been awarded Nobel Prize in Medicine. Let us go to the next category in chemistry. In chemistry, Susumu Kitagawa, Richard Romson, and Omaram Yagi. So this person is from Kyoto University, Japan. Richard Romson is from University of Melbourne, and Omar Miyagi is from University of California. So these three individuals have been awarded this year's chemistry award. Why? Because of development of MOFs, metal organic framework. So this is an important point. Many a times you might be asked, uh, say kind of match the following, where T cells, it would be matched with Nobel Prize in Medicine. MOF, this would be matched with Nobel Prize in Chemistry. So, what is metal organic frameworks? They are kind of, metals being combined with organic molecules, right? So, this is a combination which these constructions, right, they are being called as constructions. They can be used to harvest, say, water from the desert air, capture carbon dioxide, store toxic gases, etc., etc. So basically, this combination of metals and organic molecules, they are creating a lot of surface area, internal space to which different molecules can be stuck, right, trapped, captured. So, like for example, in desert, water vapor that gets generated during the nights in the form of frost, etc., that can be captured by this, and during the morning can be taken back. Similarly, say for example, any toxic gas that is surrounding, it can be made to stick to this internal spaces between the metals and organic molecules, and that can be liberated. So, because of this, capturing of desert water from the desert air, carbon dioxide capturing toxic gases, etc., can be easily done. So it is, credited that Mr. Susumu Kitagawa and Richard Romson, they kind of invented or like identified these metal organic frameworks, and Umare Miyagi is credited for creating them more strong, more repeatable. So like to scale it up, these metal organic frameworks are supposed to be scaled up, right, to be produced, mass produced. So Umar Miyagi is given credit for contributing in that space, whereas the first two individuals, they have discovered this, right? So yeah, this is the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, a very important discovery, especially given that pollution, global warming, these are becoming really big topics for mankind as we are going forward. So like carboning, say, capturing carbon dioxide or any other similar greenhouse gases, etc., would be really helpful as we go forward. Next prize, Nobel Prize in Physics. In this, John Clark, Michael Deverett, and John Martinez. So this time we have two Johns who have got physics award and one Michael. Right. So John Clark, Michael Deverett, and John Martinez. Why they have been given a Nobel Prize in Physics? For discovering macroscopic quantum mechanical tunneling. So effectively, what is meant is that what's the biggest scale, at which quantum behavior can be demonstrated, quantum mechanical behavior can be demonstrated. So this year's Nobel Prize laureates in physics, they conducted experiments which is like big enough, and this mechanical tunneling has been demonstrated by them. So like a tunnel which is, or like a circuit which can be held in hand, they have demonstrated quantum mechanics at this bigger scale, which is a marvel in itself. So basically, John Clark, Michael Deverett, and John Martinez, these three have been awarded Nobel Prize in Physics for this particular discovery. Next, literature. Laszlo Krasznahorikoy. This person, who's from Hungary, for Hungarian literature, have been awarded Nobel Prize in Literature. Some of his famous works are Satan Tango, 1985; Melancholy of Resistance, 1989; War and War, 1999; Seobod There Below, 2008; and Baron Wenckham's Homecoming, 2016. The most famous of his novels are Satan Tango and War and War. So maybe also Melancholy of Resistance. These three are like really famous by him. So maybe an important question that might be asked going forward, like who's the author of War and War, for example, right? Or who's author of Satan Tango? You have to correlate this because this person has been awarded a Nobel Prize in Literature this year. His novels, etc., are supposed to be remembered, understood from the exam point of view, and obviously read if you have interest in literature. Let us move forward. Nobel Prize in Peace this year has been awarded to Maria Corina Machado. She is from Venezuela, and she has been awarded this prize for promoting democratic rights in Venezuela. An important award, obviously, for activities that are meant for like promoting democracy. Nobel Prize in Economics this year has been awarded to three persons. Half of the award would be going to Joel Mokyr, who's from Northwestern University, USA, as well as Edinburgh Glass School, Tel Aviv. The other two who would be getting the remaining half, they are Philippe Arion and Peter Howitt. Philippe is from France, Collège France and Instiad, and Peter Howitt from Brown University. So these two individuals, they have been awarded for demonstrating the theory of creative destruction, and Joel Mokyr has been awarded for identifying prerequisites of sustained growth through technological process. So basically, what his idea was, before industrial revolution and after industrial revolution, the rate of growth has been significantly different. If you notice, the economic growth, and like it has been more or less stagnant before industrial revolution, but 1 or 2% of growth every year has become the norm going forward, which is like really big if you see in terms of centuries, right? So it kind of means that during lifetime of a person, his standard of living would double. So like every generation would improve by 2 to 3 times. So this tremendous improvement, uh, and he identified why this has been so different, so stark. So he points out that this particular growth is on account of three things. One is useful knowledge, that is, understanding the why, now not just what. In the sense, say, suppose I know that if metal is heated for certain duration, then beaten, it becomes hard, like becomes tough, for example, iron, right? So people knew this much, much before industrial age, but they never understood the why of it. But like knowing the why of it, you can scale this knowledge, expand this around, and conduct more and more industrial level preparations and production. Second is mechanical competence, that is converting that why into what and how. Basically, emergence of engineering, emergence of coordination, etc. And third, he points out is that institutions conductive to technological process. So basically, he credits, say, for example, parliament, or say democracy, for economic progress. Why? Because prior to this, any individual, say a lord, or someone at the top of hierarchy, an aristocrat, they used to scuttle, they used to kill any new ideas which are, say, dangerous to their own survival. Right. So that element was nullified by spread around of like democratic values, or like the political power being held by not just the people who are rich and who are like well connected, even to the common people. So this change, this difference has made the impact. That's what he says. And the second two, the other two, they have come up with this idea of creative destruction, effectively meaning you know old giving space to new, the creation of new on account of destruction of old. Say for example, steam engine giving space to electrical engine, right? Or steam engine giving space to internal combustion engine. So the term that's usually used around, though these people have not invented or like coined this term, but it's like flexi security, in the sense that flexible enough for companies and secure enough for people, right, for individuals. So this kind of a structure where you are allowing creative destruction, that helps in enhancement of economic growth, that has been pointed out by Philip Perrion and Peter Howitt. So Joel, Philip, Peter, JPP, right? These three individuals have won the Nobel Prize in economics this year. Wanted to point out a few things about Nobel Prize. So first thing is like which Indians have won Nobel Prize. That's something we are supposed to know if we are preparing for any competitive exam. So the first Indian, the first non-European, and the first Asian to win Nobel Prize was Rabindranath Tagore. He won the prize in literature. Sir C.V. Raman, he won the Nobel Prize in Physics. Mother Teresa in Peace, Dalai Lama in Peace, and Kailash Satyarthi in Peace. So basically, these three individuals who are Indian citizens have won Nobel Prize for Peace. This gentleman, Sir C.V. Raman, for Physics, and Rabindranath Tagore, he won it for literature. And other Indians, or like people of Indian origin who did not have Indian citizenship at the time of winning the award, are Hargobind Khurana in medicine, Subramaniam Chandrasekhar physics, Venkatraman Ramakrishna in chemistry, Avijit Banerjee in economics, Amartya Sen in economics. So these two individuals in economics, chemistry, and physics, medicine. So it's an interesting point that only one Indian has won award in literature, Nobel Award in literature, whereas for peace, multiple Indians did, for physics, two to three, and for chemistry, one, and economics, two. So these are some points that you should be knowing. Apart from this, maybe the basics, like say for example, when was Nobel Prize started? 1901, and at that time there were only five categories. Economics was added later in 1968. Okay. Uh, what all is awarded when you win a Nobel Prize? A personal diploma, a certificate, a gold medal, and then a monetary award, which currently is worth approximately 1 million. Okay, sure. Yeah, this was all which I wanted to present today with this particular video. Looking forward to your comments, and do let us know if you have any queries. Thanks a lot.